everybody, Ali here. We are back. It is just about the time of your moment of truth. We're about to have this live, and this one, I'm not gonna lie to you, it may hurt a little bit, but guess what? You gotta get some tough love every now and then. And here's the thing. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you catch yourself, or have you in the past caught yourself just talking positive, but on the inside, you are the worst. You're so negative. You're like, okay, I'm just going to do a Facebook Live because I'm supposed to do a Facebook Live and say positive things and inspire the world. But in reality, I have zero success. I'm not doing anything good. I suck at everything. My body doesn't look the way I want it to be. My health isn't where it needs to be. Yada, 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 yada. That's called stinking thinking. Before we jump on the conversation, I just want to welcome everybody that is watching right now, Ali Madawi, and everybody who's watching on the recorded. I love you too. If this is your very first time that you are watching our live, drop in number 1. If you are a regular, say what? Make sure you hit that very little tiny share button that is in your screen, because I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be good, because I have gone through a process like this that allowed me to recreate my career. See, over the last, literally, I've been an entrepreneur. That word gets thrown so easily. I've been in business, let's just say, for almost 10 years. Actually, a little more than 10 years. Seriously been doing business for about 8 of those 10 plus years. And here's the good thing is I finally accepted my flaws, and I finally said, Ali, I love you just the way you are. See, the biggest mistake that I made myself, and I'm going to talk about myself, and let's see how that relates to you. But the biggest mistake is I always thought just because I'm going to say and do what other people are saying and doing who are having success, I'm going to have the same results. And inside, I would compare myself to those individuals. Inside, I would try to rebuild what they have, but I don't get it. And I'm like, why am I not being successful? And that was just me, myself, and I just fighting it. So I had to be honest, and I had to tell myself, hey, man, take a step back. You gotta be yourself. We talked about this on Monday, I believe, and here's the major transformation that I identified for myself. You don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. Now, don't get me wrong. You can take the good positivity out of what someone else is doing and apply it at whatever capacity that it applies to you. But you don't have to just say what other people are saying because you're just following them. I turned ugly at a point of my career where I used to make fun of somebody who had a traditional job. And I insist on traditional because everybody has a job. Even if you're in network marketing, even if that's a job for you, like that's your how you make a living, right? But I used to make fun of the person who, J-O-B, just over broke. I was an ugly person. I insist on that, ugly from the inside. I mean, how horrible of a person you have to be to make fun of someone else just because that's the best method of income for them, based on their skills or based on their circumstance. Like, who are you to make fun of another human being? That's who I was. I was there myself. I'm not telling you I'm innocent, I'm an angel. I was in that place. I would literally become this aggressive, I gotta close you no matter what. No matter what you tell me, I had an answer for it. And I did not understand that different people had different core values, different understandings to what was important to them. See, while I was focused on, I wanna make a 7-figure income, others said, I just wanna go to Six Flags for the very first time with my kids. Now, financially, those are 2 different goals, but when you look at it, those are real core values, things that they are passionate about, that no matter what I told them, it would not have moved the needle for them to jump on a business with me. But I would use every, as they call it in the business space, technique and strategies, and I would try to go about how can I raise value for this person while this person is looking at it, this guy is so slick, he has an answer for every single thing. So why am I sharing all this stuff with you? It's not a negative thing. It's just a reality check where I had to literally look in the mirror and say, what the heck are you doing? I get it. You're building a business and you're good at it, Ali. But how are you treating other people? How are you interacting with other people? Are you genuinely doing what you do? Because as you say, I love what I do because it helps change the world. That's great. But is that the real motivator, or is it, I'm adding more clients and more people in my organization and making more money? See, you literally have to look in the mirror. You have to do an inventory of who you are and an inventory of your daily activity. And if you notice and realize, like I noticed and realized, that I was turning into this person that no longer cared, although I cared about the person that I was talking to, but I no longer cared about the actual relationship itself, about the meaningful friendship with a person itself. And it was just a business strategy, a business strategy, and a business strategy. So I had to literally get mad at myself and say, stop. I get it, you need to build another business. I get it, you need to become successful. I get it, you want to give your family the world. But these other people are not products, they're not things, they're human beings. And you have to literally back up what you're saying. So if you're telling me, Ali, and this is me talking to myself, if you're telling me, Ali, you love people, then love people with no business and let them tell you, I want to be involved with a business. In other words, build meaningful relationships. So I straight up pulled away from everything and everyone, and I said, I'm going to go through my journey of transformation. I want to be an awesome human being. I want to be an awesome friend all over again. I want people to like me for me, not for the business that I'm building or how good of a speaker that I could be. Now, again, this was incredible for me. This was like, talk about an aha moment, talk about a revelation for myself, where I literally have people that would send me a message, or I'll send them a message, and I have to put a disclaimer. Hey, this is not an MLM call. I am not calling you about selling you anything. I don't want to enroll you into anything. I really just want to check in and catch up. And people straight up react like, okay, everything good? I'm like, yeah. And it told me a whole lot that, wow, everyone looked at me as this great businessman, but not necessarily a great person. Although they wouldn't say it to me. They weren't disrespectful. I wasn't disrespecting anybody, but I was looked upon as Ali, the business guy. So I want to make sure that I tell you all in public and right now, I apologize. I'm sorry for and I had the same conversation with my wife. I apologize for focusing more about the business than focusing more about you. I apologize for not giving you the best version of me, but giving you the best version of the businessman. I apologize for not focusing on that moment that we spent together, whether it was a coffee or lunch or whatever it was, and just business, business, business. So I understand that in business time, you got to do what you got to do. I get it. But I just want you to know that I made a decision, and this happened 3 months ago, actually more than that. A mentor of ours, mine specifically, Jim Lupkin, would educate about core values. You got to understand core values. And I never understood it at first. You know, I'm like, yeah, the reason why. We all have a reason. He's like, The reason why is just a marketable mission statement that you create for yourself so you can go ahead and say, I am motivated to do this. My reason why is to buy a house. Okay, that's great. But a core value is your operating system. A core value is, my core value is to make my son the proudest son he could be towards his father. My core value is to spend as much time with my wife as possible. So you can offer me $1 million. It cannot compare with spending time with my wife, right? So that's a core value of mine. So now that I understood it, and I'm not where I need to be just yet, but what I will tell you is this. I'm going through a transformation, and I want you all to share that journey with me. I want you all to no longer make fun of the guy with the job or the woman with the job. I want you all to no longer say, well, that reason why you can't is the reason why you should, right? That's cute in the business space to tell someone just because you feel like you're, putting their arm behind their back and you're pushing them towards that direction where you want them to. Oh, when someone says, oh, I don't have money to get started, well, isn't that good enough of a reason why you should? You're intimidating the person. That's what I did. I wrote about it in my book, For Crying Out Loud. I am admitting to you that I have flaws as well, but I'm welcoming you to no longer do those things. I'm welcoming you to build meaningful relationships. I'm welcoming you to allow the human being to be a human being and just help them to see the light as a better human being, not just because of a product or a business or a compensation plan. I mean, is that fair to ask? Is that fair to say? Again, I'm not saying you are bad. I'm saying I did it all wrong, and I'm asking you to, build it with me. I'm not talking about a business. I'm asking you about building a movement, a communication skill to allow people to be themselves, to not be intimidated. You know how many people that I connect with and they say, yeah, man, I'm sorry I failed you. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I quit that business that we were in together, and I never really had the guts to tell you to your face. I'm like, wait. Why did you fail me? People quit their jobs every single time whenever they don't feel like going there or they found something better. People leave relationships because things don't work out and they move to something or someone else that is better. Why are you apologizing to me? And it told me, wow, what did you do to these people that you made them feel like a failure if they chose to go somewhere else or make their living in a different place? That ain't right. That isn't right. And here's the sad part. I am your friend on social media, right? And I'm hoping that I can make my relationship better with you as a human being, right? Other and outside than just social media. And I see what you're posting, just like I used to. We make fun of people. That's wrong. We make fun of jobs. That's wrong. We tell people, how are you not interested in making a six-figure income? That's wrong. I saw someone post yesterday to go to a Broadway show and movies and restaurant, $500. To start a business and change your life forever, $500. You say yes to that, you say no to that. That is just dumb. You are wrong for doing and making statements like that. Again, it goes back to core values. See, that person can't care less about your stupid business, just like they cared less about my stupid business when I went and talked to them about it. They said, you go to that seminar, Ali, and you can spend 10 hours of your day in that seminar. I'm going to spend some quality with my wife and my kids, and I'm going to create a memorable event for my family that we're going to live for the rest of our lives every day through that memory. See, I didn't understand their core value. They looked at my seminar, you're wasting $100 an hour, Ali. Not financially, but the time that I was given away to a company or a product or a service or a seminar. They said, I'm giving my family the most valuable asset I have, time. See, again, core values are identified differently. Your role in the business space is not to shove it down someone's throat, and that goes for business, that goes for politics, that goes for religion. You know, I used to make that mistake too. I have my political views. And I used to get upset about so many different things. And I'm like, I'm going to go on a rant on Facebook and tell everybody how wrong this is and how they should look at it this way and yada, yada, yada. Wrong. Wrong. It is not because you believe it that it's actually accurate and true. It's called your opinion. But you got to be responsible for it. And that leads to the next phase. Let's talk about responsibility. Woo! Boy, I got to tell you, this one gets to me. See, there's many of my fellow speakers that do Facebook Lives like I'm doing right now. And they do it at nighttime, they do it in the morning, they do it once a week, they do it every hour of the day, at whatever capacity. And I hear, and I jump every now and then to support, and I hear claims. I hear statements that are not factual. Now, if they're not factual, they're lies. So I'm not going to call you out by name, but I'm going to tell you, if you open your mouth and you are making a statement, especially if you have a following, you are responsible with every word that comes out of your mouth, because you are literally leading people to a certain path. And if what you're talking about, what you're claiming is an opinion, you have to say, hey, this is my opinion. Results may vary. You can't just say, oh, this product does this. You can't just say this business is going to do that for you. You can't just tell people those aggressive reverse mentality conversations just because you want them to give you money or you want them to give you more likes or shares or anything like that. I am begging you, be responsible with what you're saying. One of the things that I love about what our core value in our community is social responsibility. Social responsibility means that everyone must win. You, me, the person that is just getting started, the janitor in the building, the $1 million investor. It does not matter. Everyone must win. So every decision we do make, we're usually asking ourselves, hey, are we hurting anybody? Is everyone winning that is involved? So I am asking you, be responsible with every word that comes out of your mouth. Be responsible with everything that you are posting. Be responsible with every single thing that you are recording and every conversation that you're having, because it's wrong to lead people the wrong path, and especially if you're no doctor and you're talking about medical things, especially if you're no government employee or you're not working in the government, and all of a sudden you're telling people conspiracy theories, and especially if you are claiming that you know what the heck you're talking about, but you're just adding left and right. So I personally, right now, I'm telling you, I've made all those mistakes. So I'm not telling you you are a bad person. I've done it all. I'm just welcoming you into my journey, and I'm putting myself out there so we all hold each other accountable, so we all help each other to do the right thing. Because if you are leading the way with one person or 10 million people, you are a responsible human being, and everything that happens for their lives personally, because they're following you, it is your responsibility. Don't get me wrong. They made a decision to follow you, so they hold and bear the responsibility as well, but you initiated that motion that they have. So I hope this was as real as I could have made it for you. I hope that you find positivity within your day. Tag the person that you want to tag and you love the most, and make sure you share this video, because I have a feeling there's many people out there that need to hear this message. Much love to you, Ali Madawi. We will be back again tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.